So this video is about crochet charts, and this part one about charts that work in rows. So you work one row, turn your work, and work second, and so on. And second part, I will talk more about work in a round, charts with that's working around. Okay, so before you begin anything to do with the chart, you can see this is the picture, kind of diagram, and you will look at this and see what is going on here. So many symbols, and you have no idea where to start, what to do, and so on. First of all, before you begin to work, you need to find your key. So here for this chart, I have here a key. It's not completely about this chart, but most of this key. And if it's single published pattern, it's probably you find your key near the chart. But if it's like a book or magazine, it probably will be on one page somewhere at the end or in the front of the book or the magazine, and there will be, like, for example, here in this book, all the charts, all the symbols that work in this book, they are here. And but not every chart, of course, use all these symbols. And I suggest that if you open some kind of chart and go, for example, in this book, you see that you have here couple different symbols. Take a post-it, like a sticky note, and go through this particular chart and say, okay, I see this symbol, I see this symbol, I put it here. And actually that's it here for this chart. And you go then to the page with all the symbols, and you find these symbols and see, okay, this is a chain. You mark it here and you look for this symbol, and what is here? Okay, this is double crochet. You find it here and mark. And when you go back to your chart, you just stick your note near the chart, and then you can work from this particular key for particular chart. So sometimes it's easy get your key just near, but after you work several charts and you will start to remember many of the symbols, you probably don't need it making this kind of key for every chart. But if as you begin, this will be probably helpful for you. Okay, this is like a little tip. What we need to do actually with this and why it's here. I like charts for like a main reason. It is visual for me, and before I even dive in the stitch pattern, I can see how it will look, because every symbol corresponding to every stitch that you'll be working. For example, here I see this symbol. This is half double crochet, and when I work, when I see it on my work on crochet piece, it will be right there where it's here on the chart. And next symbol will be here. It's double crochet, for example, will be next to this previous, and so on and so on. And if you look at the text, normal description for the stitch pattern, you maybe, if it's easy enough, you can kind of guess how it will look. But even I read so many stitch pattern description, it is hard for me visualize what it will look if I don't have a chart or a sample of the stitch or a picture of the stitch, how it will look just looking at the text. That's why I really prefer charts for the crochet stitch patterns. Yeah, of course we have simple crochet patterns like just single crochet or just double crochet that it's doesn't need this particular stitch pattern chart. But if we have different stitches, of course the placement of some of these stitches may be different and so on. So just if you learn, I'll say if you learn to read, you can learn to understand the charts, because basically it's your letters. But yeah, each symbol represents not only one letter, but particular stitch. Okay, let's talk about kind of stitch description and actually stitch symbol. Mostly, and I think probably always, I will say, the chain is this kind of oval or circle. Single crochet, some stitch pattern have like a cross, some it's like a X, even some just little bar, short bar. And that's why it is important to have a key for this particular pattern or particular chart. So you will know that if I have this cross here, it will be single crochet. Usually half double is like a bar with a top. Double crochet is a little taller bar with a top and little here like a cross line. It's yeah, treble crochet, it's bigger, taller, with a top and two lines. And for example, here I have also slip stitch. Sometimes it's a dot. I also used or saw several times this is like a little curve. And of course you have several more different stitches that represents different symbols, but usually you should look to your book or magazine or specific pattern to find these stitches. What else we need to know? For example, if we look at one symbol, we have here top, and we have here our bottom of the symbol. If several stitches connecting at the bottom, like here for example, that means all these three double crochet in this case will go in the same stitch. So this is like an increase, yeah, in the same stitch you will make 3 double crochet. Same for example, like here it's a half double. Also they connecting at the bottom, that means they will be working in the same stitch at the two of them. So, and actually every kind of stitch may do, except like chain or slip stitch, can go in the same stitch, several of them. If we have different bottoms that's going in different places, but they connecting at the top, that means we will be working them together. So here this is a half double, so that means one half double, second half double, and then connecting here, that means we will be working 2 half double together. Here are example of 3 double crochet. Again, they connecting on the top, there we'll be working together. And sometimes we have stitches like a popcorn, they starting at the bottom, several of them, and then connecting in the top. So I forgot to place it in this on this page. But again, if you work the chart, you should know where is your key. So, and before we start actually talking about the chart itself, how it need to work, here is black and white. Yeah, and it's hard to see where is which row, even it's marked here, for example. Row 1 is here, row 2 is here, and so on. I highly recommend that if you're just starting with the chart, find the chart that show each row in different color. So here I got the same stitch pattern like here, absolutely the same, but I mark here one row in black, second row in blue, third row in black, fourth row in blue. So, and you will see which stitches are actually in the one round, in the one row, and which are which I will be working in the second, and so on. Okay, let's begin to work actually our chart. You see numbers of rows here. 1 is here, 2 is here, 3 is here, and 4 is here. That means as we will starting working row 1, we will be starting from this right lower corner, and rows will be working from bottom to the top. And row 1, we're starting from this corner and work to the left, going each stitch here until we reach the end of the row. But as we usually do for any beginning crochet, we need to chain. And that means if we start in row 1 here, that we need to get our chain to this point. The chain starts on opposite. Sometimes you will find like a little arrow or little dot that shows, or just place a word start, and you will be having here starting point. Chain from here to here, and come to the point when you can start your row 1 at this place. And just looking at your key, knowing that this is our chains, this is our chain, looking what is next. This is a single crochet according to this, so I don't need to look at these particular symbols right now. So this is our single crochet. Where is this single crochet? After we see this kind of chain, it's a beginning of the row chain. It's usually not counted as a stitch for single crochet. So we're placing our single on this chain. That is actually second from hook. Where is our next stitch? Next stitch, which one? This is a half double according to the key. It's in the next chain. So, and we continue to work our stitches from right to the left, going stitch after stitch according to this chart. Sometimes with more complicated charts, we will have stitches that's crossing a few stitches. Like we need to, it will be placed like this. Kind of starting point here, but the top will be here. We need to know where to place the stitch and where to finish. And what will be the order? The order of this crossing stitch will be after all the stitches that have tops, this kind of tops, before them. So if the crossing stitch going this way, the top will be here. That means all the tops, all the stitches before this, we need to work, and only then start a stitch that have top here. Even it starts beginning or base like several stitches before. So the order of the stitches, we need to going by the tops of the stitches. So if this is number 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, be looking at the top of each stitch. Okay, what else about this? Okay, we worked the row 1. We come to the row 2, and now we're working row 2 opposite. So from the left to the right, and going again stitch after stitch, as we see it here. And then we see row 3, and row 3 is working from the right to the left. Row 4, so basically where is your number? This is your starting point for the row. Sometimes it's also visually, you can see turning chains. You can see here, like for example, this is turning chain for the row 2, and instead of like here at the end it's just double crochet, here is our turning chain. It's probably the beginning of the row. So that means here we're starting row from this side and going to the right, and here we have turning chain. We're starting here and going to the left. So in generally, as we look at the chart, we're starting a row, not the actual chain to start to work it here, but the row, first row, is starting at the right lower corner and working like a snake to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, and so on, and going up the chart. So again, if we have for example stitches that's connecting to at the bottom, so that means we work the same stitches in this in the same spot, or they connecting on the top, they will be 2 together or 3 together, or whatever, how many you need. The bottom, this will be a specific point. Some of the places will have skip stitches. For example, we remove this two of the symbols. That means this double crochet will be here, then we skip 2 stitches, and then here placing slip stitch. What else we need to know about the chart? Usually if we have kind of smallish chart, that means we have probably some repeats in here. If we just look here, you may see, but if it's your first, second chart, you probably won't guess right away where is the actual repeat. So some chart will show you, for example, for like starting from here and finishing here, this is your repeat. It's nice if we have this kind of chart that show you us the actual repeat. So we work our row to the repeat, where it start the repeat, then work all the stitches, repeat them again, repeat them again, repeat them again, and then if the row is finished with, for example, in this situation, 4 last stitches, we finish with 4 last stitches here. The same with the second row, starting here, work this part, and then repeat this, repeating this, and so on. And after we have 3 left, we just finish our row. So not every chart will have this kind of representation of repeats, and you probably need to find out where is and for example, if it is like a black and white without marking, I will say take your highlighter and mark your first, for example, like rows, even or odd, highlight them, and then take extra lines and find the stitches that should repeat and mark them, like here and here. I need to go work them to repeat this part. Okay, so, and this is all about working in rows. So, and part 2 will be about charts that work in the round.